Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Technical Analysis Made Simple. Wish you all a very happy and prosperous new year. If you are new to this channel, I would like to highlight the organization of this channel. This is the recent series that I have started that is on chart patterns. Here I am highlighting all the major chart patterns. As of now, there is one chart pattern which is live, that is channels. Do have a look at it. Apart from that, there is learner series where support and resistance series is there, and beginner series is there where few basic concepts are discussed. We also have a weekly series of 3-step analysis. Here we try to analyze the market, events and charts on the weekly basis, and then we try to form a view. There is also a series on candlesticks. Do have a look at it. Now in this particular video, we will try to form a view of how 2021 can look like. Remember one thing, that this is a long-term projection and the levels that will be highlighted here are not necessarily to be achieved in a month or two or 1 week, or they may even get extended. Here we are trying to also form the view that is a pretty much long term, and hence it can also take a little more than a year. It is not necessary that it has to come within a year. The lower bounds are also important because market is very dynamic. If it changes, we also have to adapt according to that, so keep that in mind. With this backdrop, let's see how this video is structured. So first we will look at global and domestic events, that is the major events that are lined up this year. Then we will look at global market technical analysis, that is we will analyze how equity and commodity markets are looking like. Under commodity we will discuss only gold, and under equity markets we will discuss American, European and Asian markets. This will be followed by domestic market technical analysis, and finally we will discuss one focus sector, that is one sector that looks good to me and I think this can outperform. We will conclude with key takeaways. So watch the video till the end and let me know your views in the comment section. Events. The first event where everyone will have their eyes on are the new policies that the new US government will bring. Remember that the government has changed and hence few policies and few regulations are bound to change. So how they go forward with it will be a key thing to watch. Next will be the effectiveness of vaccination drives that is starting around the world right now, and the effectiveness of that will be very important because there are also news of few side effects. And obviously earnings and GDP numbers are very important because market has already priced in the effect of vaccines. If the economy do not turns back and if it does not come back to normal with respect to earnings, then that may be a problem for the market. With respect to domestic events, we have financial budget lined up in February. That is one of the most important events. State elections. So there are 4 state and 1 union territory election that is lined up this year. Now note that as of now we have BJP government only in Assam. So other key states are very important here, as well as Assam, if that is retained or not. So May and June will be pretty volatile due to this. And then earnings and GDP numbers. So here also the same explanation goes as we discussed for global. Now let's start with global market analysis. So here I am discussing S&P chart, and this is a long-term chart. I am taking this from 1999. So let me highlight few pointers here. As you can see, there was one base formation in the chart that is from probably 1998 to 2013. Once this broke out, there was a quick move towards the target. The target is depth of this, which was 2348. Now, when market advanced, it went into another pattern. This pattern is called expanding megaphone pattern. This pattern, if it had continued, then the next fall would have come even lower because this pattern is characterized by higher highs and lower lows, as you can see here. Here we can see one thing, that Last month marked a break from this. Actually, we broke out of that in November itself. In December, we confirmed that. So now, the next target that comes here is 4330, provided we hold on to this base, that is 3390. For investors, any retracement back to 3390s or 3250 is an investing opportunity here. And longer we consolidate in this region, higher will be the move. Consider here, there was a big move, consolidation, and then again a big move. So here, if we consolidate for some time in this area, or we make a very small candles here, then there can be a very big move. Note one thing, markets are dynamic and anything can change. If you want to see how this structure changes going forward, do follow my weekly analysis as well. There we will be discussing week to week basis. Let's go on to Nasdaq chart. Here I found a very interesting observation. This is the time when 2000 dot-com bubble happened, and this is the present timeline. If you see the angle of rise, it was 32 degree back then and now it is 28 degree. So we are not rising as steeply as it looks like on the charts. Second pointer is, this euphoric phase has not yet come. Probably we are in this phase, as you can see. So until this euphoric phase comes, I am not expecting a big correction or a crash in Nasdaq. So IT is set to outperform going forward. There can be few corrections and retracements, but I am not looking at any crash right now. And if this pattern works out, the next target for Nasdaq is 16,000. That will be the immediate target, and then there could be even larger targets around 22,000, 23,000 if this euphoric phase sets in. Let's move to UK. Now we know that Brexit has happened, and as you can see, UK is more or less in a consolidation phase since 1995. It has not given any major up move. Now there are two things to this. Either it can keep grinding here further, or there could be a big up move. So UK will be an index to look forward to. If it breaks out and start forming new highs, then there could be a global rally as well. Meanwhile, DAX and CAC, I have not put the indexes here, but they have already started making new highs. Let's move on to Nikkei, that is Japan's index. As you can see, there is a clear rounding bottom formation here. If you observe closely, after the 2008 crash, it has recently started breaking out and making new highs. Once it has broken out of this, the next target comes out to be 39,000. I am expecting this target to come on or before 2024 if everything works fine, and hence we are looking at around 40% rise in Nikkei index. So Japan is set to outperform. The next Asian index that we will consider is Shanghai index. This is very peculiar index. As you can see, there is always a up move, then kind of a crash, up move, crash, and now we are reaching the same level again. So there could be a up move till 4400 and maybe a crash, or we can break out. So there are two possibilities, but this blue line is very important, that is 3550. If we go above this, there can be a swift move. Now if Asian markets rally, there is a high possibility India will also rally. So this is again a index that we have to track. If it breaks out here, then there will be a very good and positive sentiment build up in Asian markets. Hong Kong index is also very interesting. See, after 2008, this index has not broken out. If you see any index, for example, let's say Nasdaq. See, after 2008, it has almost become 6 times. If you consider S&P, it has become more than 2 times. But at the same time, Hong Kong has not exactly broken out. This pattern looks bullish, and if it starts breaking out, then there will be some major development and major news. So if I try to summarize the global indices, they look very, very positive. So here certainly there is a positive build-up, and few of the indexes, they look like coming out of a very big base which can propel them very high. Let's discuss gold. Gold we have also discussed in our previous videos. You can check them on my channel. So here I am expecting a rally towards 2400 if this level is maintained, that is 1780 levels. Otherwise it can fall and retrace towards 1400 and 1100. Now the interesting thing is global indices are looking positive and gold is also looking positive, which means people are still cautious about the economic condition. And I think one of the boost to the sentiments will be effectiveness of the vaccines. If the vaccines start working and if we control the pandemic, then in such a case gold will correct from here and the economy will start boosting up. On the flip side, if the other thing happens, then gold will start going up and there could be further correction or sideways movement in the global economy. So gold is kind of at an inflection point. We do not really know where it is going, but let's observe this very closely. Let's analyze domestic market. This is the chart of DXY, that is dollar index, and Nifty. I want to highlight this because if you would be following the news, we are receiving record inflows of foreign funds for the past few months. This amount of fund has not come into Indian markets in the past years. So let's try to see the correlation here. If you see, whenever dollar rises, that is dollar index rises, so dollar index is the relative value of dollar with respect to other indices. And whenever dollar rises, the emerging market fall because the money flows out from emerging market and it goes into the developed market, particularly US. So as you can see, when dollar starts rising, Indian market fall. When dollar topped out here, Indian market started rising. Similarly, here it bottomed and then there was a brief period of sideways moment. Then if you see here, again the same characteristic, and here if you see, dollar index topped out and market started rising. Here, March 2020, here markets bottomed out and dollar index topped out around 98 or 99. Now the level marked here, that is 88 to 89, this is very important level. If dollars start retracing from here towards the upside, then we can see a correction from here. And I'm not saying that we will fall at a faster pace. It will depend on how fast dollar rises. So we can form a sideways market here, something like this, because we have also risen pretty much. So a correction or a sideways moment is very normal. But if dollar breaks 88 level, then there will be further up move in the Indian markets because more fund will inflow into the markets. The global investor will start betting on the emerging market, and same will be the case with any emerging market. So dollar index will be one of the key data point to track going forward. If it breaks 89-88 level, a huge rally is coming up. Now let's analyze Nifty. Before we get on to the levels, let me show you another observation here. Notice one thing, that whenever there is a deep correction, something like this or something like this, then the target becomes the depth of this pattern. This is a cup and a handle pattern, this is also cup and handle pattern, and this is a V bottom pattern. Nevertheless, we can also consider this as a V bottom and this also as a V bottom. So whenever this forms, the target is a double of this. If you see, this target is achieved here, which was around 10,230. Then there was another V bottom here, whose target was 11,114, 115. Both of these targets were met. And also see, when market crashed from here, it took a support at this level. Now, how is this relevant? This is relevant because This opens target for Nifty around 17,000. That is the depth of this. I have taken 7900 level and not 7500 level because this is the level where there are more supports. So if you try to project this target upward, 16,900 and 17,000 is a big possibility for Nifty. I am not saying this will come in a year, but this can come in 2 to 3 years, and this is the ultimate target that has opened up in Nifty. Now, how to use these levels? For traders, they can be long on any level, keeping their stop losses tight. For investors, the level of 12,100 to 12,430, this level will act as a very big support going forward. So any correction towards these levels should be used to invest. This is a very low risk level. Even if you put large sum, you can keep a small stop loss, and if market dips, you can just exit. But this area 12,100 to 12,430 should be used as an investing level, because market will ultimately test this level. If you see here, once the breakout happens, then market comes to test it. Breakout happens, market comes to test it. Again breakout has happened, market will come back to test this level. Track all the blue chip companies that you like, and whenever market retraces to these levels, start buying them. Let's move to Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty is a little different. If you see, Bank Nifty does not break out right away. Before a major breakout, it gives a consolidation. One is here, another one is here. And same kind of pattern is what I am expecting here. If you see, there is a big rally, consolidation, breakout. Big rally, consolidation, breakout. Here also, similar pattern should continue. We have seen a big rally, consolidation should happen here for few months, and then there has to be a breakout. After the breakout, the target is 45,000 for Bank Nifty. This will come in 1 year or 2 year, I am not very sure, but this is how you can think about it. And if Bank Nifty goes into a consolidation phase, there can be a consolidation or correction phase in Nifty as well. So with respect to Indian market, what I am expecting is few months of consolidation followed by a huge breakout. Now let's move on to the focus sector. I am liking insurance sector for now. Now insurance sector is divided into two sectors, that is life insurance and general insurance. Under life insurance, the three listed companies are SBI Life, ICICI Prudential and HDFC Life. Under general insurance, New India Assurance and ICICI Lombard. Structure of charts, then all of these are in an uptrend move apart from New India Assurance. New India Assurance is kind of a laggard, so I would not prefer it. HDFC Life and ICICI Lombard I am holding. This is a disclosure, and I am holding with a stop loss of this and targets of 730, 790, 840. Similarly, ICICI Lombard I am holding with a stop loss of 1400 and targets of 1850, 1900, 1950. These are in my personal portfolio and this is my personal analysis. You can analyze other picks or these picks and you can invest in them according to your risk appetite. Now the key takeaways. If you have to take 3 or 4 pointers from the whole analysis, that will be point number 1, the year 2021 could be a correction year. When we say a correction year, it does not mean that there will be a crash like 2020. Not at all. A correction means a long period of sideways movement or a very slow drifting downward moment. So 2021 could be such a year. Volatility is expected to be low, that is there will be very small movements on both the side, but there are also event months like the election months where volatility is expected to increase. Budget also will increase the volatility. Momentum and trend is clearly up. Buy on dips should be the strategy from here, and as highlighted, 12,000 to 12,400 level should be used for investment purpose. Now DXY has to be tracked very closely because DXY will give us advanced indication of whether there are fund inflows and fund outflows. You can also track DXY along with the FII inflow data which is available on Money Control or which is available on NSE as well. So these are the 4 key takeaways which you should be taking from here. Let me know if you like this video in the comment section. Please share it so that it reaches maximum people, and show your support by liking it. Join me for the weekly analysis to see how the weeks unfold. That's all for this video, friends. Thank you so much.